Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are out here just kind of doing a little putzing today. We just thought we'd do a little follow-up video, kind of see what we got going on around the shop. So this is going to be basically a week in the life of Broken Twisted Wreck Garage. We'll have some footage of the 34 coming up in here. We've got some work on our hoist. A few projects around here, but we'll just do a quick pan around the shop and show what we got going on. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're out in the garage today. It's Saturday morning. We're messing around with the 34 coupe today. We're hoping to get the body mounted to the frame so we can get ready to mock the rear end up, make this thing a roller pretty quickly so we can get it moving around the shop a little better and start getting this thing back together for Zay. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll kind of take you through what the body looks like, what the chassis is. I did some painting on the underside of the body earlier this morning. That should be dried up fairly quickly so we can set it on there. I wanted to get anything that was exposed now before we bolt it to the frame. And then after we get that moved around, I can start working on some other projects we get coming to the shop.
Welding.
Once we get this all welded up, we'll actually we'll grind these high welds down. We'll run seam sealer across it. It'll look really clean when we're all done here. The seam sealer will help from anything moisture getting in between the welds later on. Take your pliers with you, Zay. You can clamp the other side. No, these ones, bud. I'm trying to get this done because I wanted to get this body sitting on the frame, so I have to get the panels welded in. I think we can get it with this one welded in. It's going to be stiff enough I can move everything around. So I can spray, then I can paint the underside and then bolt it to the chassis. And then we'll start working on the rest of this thing.
Welding.
Zay back in school and me working all the time, a little bit hard to get back out on this car lately, so I'm trying to get a little good start on it. A lot of start changes. At least if we get this thing to the point where I can get it on a rolling chassis, we can kind of move it around the shop and be able to get things in and out. Sure, I'm happy with all these beads turned on the bead roller. Look really nice and all done. Fixing the panels up a lot. Okay, so you guys seen in previous videos, we got this all cleaned up, sandblasted, rust encapsulated. I mean, there was no rust left on it, but we really covered it, put a nice coat of the chassis black on there. This is all ready to go now. So this is pretty much ready for the body, as we just talked about. We're gonna get that moved underneath the hoist and slowly get that bolted up this morning. Okay, so we brought you guys in before on the body setup here. We did eliminated all the wood subframe that used to be here and replaced the box tubing. He's got his floor pans welded in. As you can see, there's no floor pan right in here. And that's because the next two pieces we do actually have to be bent to follow this angle down here. And then we don't know how far over we're coming here because our transmission tunnel. So we need to get the body set on the frame and kind of mock up where the motor and transmission are going to go so we can do these last two pieces. Meanwhile, we're going to get this all unbolted here. When we did the box tubing, we bolted this, we squared everything up and bolted this to the frame. That's how we got all the welds, and now we can pull the bolts out. And Isaiah will spot fill them holes of weld later on, and make that a little more nicer looking. Anyway, we are to the point where we're gonna start raising the hoist up a little bit, getting these bolts off this box tubing, so we're good there. And then we can set the body on the frame and see where it's gonna sit. Okay guys, so we got the frame underneath the hoist there now, and got it kind of, well, lengthwise where we need to go. We just need to move it left to right, which is gonna be pretty easy. We're gonna kind of line up the back two bolts first, get them in, and then we'll swing the front over to line it up better. But pretty exciting to finally get this thing back on the frame. It'll help me be able to start getting the suspension and everything figured out where I want things, so pretty pumped. Hopefully Zay will start getting more excited about this thing. It's been kind of a, you get to that point in the project where it just seems like little things take forever, and that's what this has been. And finally see something big happening will get you motivated, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so we got the frame, or the body sitting on the frame now. I've got the two bolts in the back. I'm going to measure to line up. I got to come over this way about a ½ inch. I can kind of look at it by these holes here. So we get a little pry bar, stick in there and kind of pull it over. So it line up a little better. And then we can set it down on the frame, and then what we're going to have to do is take and drill the holes through the box tubing into the mounts for the new bolts for the frame, because they're a little bit different. The other thing that was done here, this car had a Camaro front stub put on it before we started, so from roughly here forward is Camaro front stub, so we can get, you know, basically all your GM suspension bolt up to it. Most of the aftermarket race stuff will bolt right up to this. So we're kind of going back and forth whether we're going to use this setup for our A-arms, or if I'm going to cut this off and actually make a more of a race setup with a screw jack, so you can have adjustability on the front end. We'll kind of play with it a little bit, but that's down the road. Right now we just need to bring this over roughly a ½ inch. I get my pry bar where I want it. Find a skinnier pry bar here, guys. It's actually looking pretty decent from what I got started here. This is the stuff that takes time, making sure it's squared up, and we got it kind of where it needs to be before we start bolting anything down. And it's a lot of mocking things up and kind of getting our angles where we want them for the before we start mocking up the transmission or any of that stuff. This is all the stuff that takes time. Nobody really pays it, you know, sees that happens. So the problem I'm going to have is I got to get in there and pull this over. So what I'm going to do, there's a little body mount under here that I can hook. That moved quite a bit actually. Yeah, we're looking pretty good right there. So this will be, see what that one is. Well, I got my screwdriver stuck. We'll leave that in there to keep it lined up. And then, you guys can't see it on the video probably right now, but there's about a 2-inch gap from here where the body mounts to the frame. That's because we're going to have to loosen the back bolts up and get a spacer in there, because there was actually a spacer on the back side. Anyway, back to it. We're going to find another pry bar so it's in that hole. Now I'll take you guys off the tripod and show you what we got going here. I spend half my time looking for tools. I don't know if you do it in your shop or not, but it gets kind of tiring, man, I tell you. Waste a lot of time. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday morning, and as usual, I'm out in the shop. We are playing today, just kind of cleaning up, doing a few things. Got to winterize the boat today. We're going to get that taken care of, and then get that down in storage. And then we plan on bringing the Mustang project, and we've been talking about this project for a while. We just got the 34 off the hoist and on its own frame, so we can start working on that, get the rear and everything mocked up. So well, we got a little time here. We're going to start pulling that Mustang in and getting some things ready for that. It's really not restoring. The guy that I bought it from had sandblasted it with plans to fix it all up and then let it sit outside. So it's got some pinholes in the roof and got a lot of issues in there. Just so many of them produced back then that it's really not worth sticking a ton of money into. So we're going to make a little fun drag drift car of that. So it's not a normal platform guys would use, but that's what makes it fun, doing something a little different. So stay tuned for that project, and hopefully we'll get some clips of that today, kind of inspecting and showing what we got to work with, and then we'll start going through our shelves of Ford parts and suspension stuff from old race cars and see what we can do to make that thing somewhat fast and presentable, so we can look and see how much we can clean it up. The other thing, you guys have asked about the powder coat booth. That still is in the process of being finished. We're waiting on some metal for that. We'll get some more videos up of that shortly. I just want to thank all the guys for subscribing that came to the channel recently. Thank you guys for sticking around. They've been here for the whole length here. We did have been adding the link to our Facebook page on the end of the videos here. Make sure you check that out. Follow us there. We'd like you guys to start sending us pictures of your rides, your projects. We want to get them on the channel. We're looking to do calendars at the end of the year, so I'd like to get all the pictures in. We're going to pick your project pictures and put them in the calendar. So start sending them in, guys. I'm going to try and add the email for the channel at the end of this video, as well as the Facebook link again. But stay tuned. Thanks a lot. It's been fun kind of watching the channel just start to take off now. We're getting a lot more views on videos. It's been pretty fun. So car community is awesome. It's just amazing to see all the guys meet, that everybody's working on something, and you can make anything cool if you spend the time on it, and you know, you're building it for you, not anybody else. So have fun, stay safe. See you in the next one. Hey guys, it's Saturday morning. We are out in the garage. Just want to show you, we did get the 34 body on the frame. We're going to start getting that up on jack stands today, sitting on the side of the shop here, so we can start mocking things up. But that's pretty good. Now we can get the rear end mocked up, figure out our transmission tunnel, all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. We'll show you a little update on that later on. And today we're just going to kind of clean up the shop a little bit. We just finished the editing of a few videos, trying to get things cleaned up so we can pull the Mustang in here and start doing the little inspection and kind of see where we're going to go with that. So stay tuned. That should be a fun little project. Hey guys, we were out in the shop tonight. We're just going to do a little bit of repair on our hoist here. We have to get an adjustment to tighten our belts. We're just we welding the nut onto this bracket we got. We're going to run a threaded rod in there and double nut it so you can adjust the tightness on our belts. Kind of show you what we got going on here in a sec. You can see that, guys, there. That is a big piece of plate. It's a giant hinge on it. What we're trying to do is that nut there, you can see it in the right of your screen. You want to take and make sure that's welded good and solid. And we're going to run a threaded rod through the back side of that hole, right side, and push against our motor and spread it out to get tightness on our belts up top. You can see this here, I get pushed in. So we want to be able to push that out further to get to that, keep tension on the belt. So right now we're just cutting our threaded rod the length to what I want to use for my adjustable bracket here. And then I'll double nut that, and maybe we'll even have Zaya put a tack weld on the threaded part. We'll see. This is a handy saw to have around. You can do it either vertical or horizontal. It's got a different plate that mounts on here. If you want to flip it upright. So we use this machine a lot. A nice little bandsaw. For what you get, you know, nice bandsaw for what you pay for it from Harvest Racing. Okay guys, if you see that threaded rod there, basically we ran that through there. The I double nutted on the end. I ran it through, got it tight. My belt's good and tight up top. And once it was tight, this is through this band around here, just in case you guys, that's a brake to stop the thing as well. But anyway, once I get the tension on it, then I loosen up my nuts and bring it tight to that bracket and double nut it so it won't back off. So now that's good and tight. We can mess with our belts and we got our adjustment we needed. So another little simple fix in the shop as we're putzing around on our projects here. The other thing we're doing, we're starting to accumulate all our parts to kind of put Zaya's motor together. We got the heads here. Just got the rest of the little pieces for that. We're gonna start putting that together. And I did pick up a couple engines. I don't know if I showed you guys in the past videos, but we got a couple blocks. Got some decent piston stuff in, but salvageable parts, but nothing too extreme. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope this gives you an idea what we got going on in the 34 and a few other projects around here. As you saw, we were able to wrap up the hoist there. This is probably going to follow a video on some radiator fans for a CRV that I get coming up. Sorry about the footage on that, it was pretty crummy. I only had my cell phone out there that night. Anyway, as you saw, we got the frame on the 34. We got a few things to do to get that buttoned up. I got one little project we're going to wrap up this week, and we are getting the Mustang in here finally. We got some wheels and tires to throw on that thing, and I can't wait to show you guys what we got going on with that. So stay tuned, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and share this video with others. Thanks.